In a world where royal families often symbolize both tradition and modern evolution, few stories capture global attention quite like the coming of age of a new generation of royals. And today, the spotlight turns to the Netherlands, where Queen Maxima's second daughter, Princess Alexia, has stepped boldly into a brand new decade of her life. The young princess, known for her vibrant personality and strong independent streak, has officially crossed the threshold of a milestone age, and this chapter is not just a private family celebration, but a moment that resonates deeply with the Dutch royal household and with admirers of royalty across the globe. For years, Princess Alexia has lived slightly outside the intense spotlight that follows her elder sister, Princess Catharina Amalia, who as the heir to the Dutch throne carries the weight of a nation's expectations. Yet Alexia has always been regarded as the spirited royal, the one who shows flashes of independence, modern thinking, and a natural charm that seems to captivate those who catch glimpses of her in public. Now, as she enters a new decade of her life, her story is unfolding in ways that speak volumes about the challenges, choices, and opportunities awaiting a modern European princess. From the very moment of her birth on June 26, 2005, at The Hague's Bronovo Hospital, Alexia Juliana Marcella Laurentian of the Netherlands became part of a narrative that intertwined family love with national heritage. She is the middle child of King Willem-Alexander and Queen Máxima, born into a family that blends Dutch royal tradition with the warmth and flair of Argentine roots from her mother. While her birth was a joyful moment for the Dutch nation, few could have predicted just how colorful and engaging her personality would prove to be. Her childhood was spent largely away from the heavy scrutiny that royal heirs often face. The Dutch royal family, unlike the British monarchy, has always maintained a more modest and somewhat approachable presence in public life, with the aim of protecting their children's privacy and allowing them to grow as normally as possible. For Alexia, this meant school days filled not just with studies, but with friendships, music, sports, and family moments that were, for a time, free from the magnifying glass of constant media attention. Yet, even as a young girl, Alexia began to distinguish herself in ways that were impossible to ignore. Described by her parents as witty, sharp, and sometimes cheeky, she quickly earned the reputation of being the most outspoken of the three daughters. Dutch media affectionately referred to her as the princess with spark, someone who was never afraid to show a little personality, whether during official photocalls or in casual appearances alongside her sisters. One unforgettable glimpse of Alexia's character came when she injured her leg during a skiing accident in Austria in 2016. At the time, the family was enjoying their traditional winter holiday when she broke her right leg in a skiing mishap. For many young royals, such an incident could have been a difficult and unwelcome spotlight, but Alexia faced it with humor and resilience, quickly winning admiration for her strength and spirit. That moment only reinforced the perception that she was different, not content to be just a supporting character in her sister's shadow, but someone who had her own identity and voice. Education, of course, has played a defining role in her journey so far. Like her sisters, Alexia began her schooling at Blemkamp Primary School in Wassenaar before moving on to Christelijk Gymnasium Zorgvliet in The Hague. But the real turning point came in 2021, when she followed in the footsteps of Spain's Princess Leonor by enrolling at the prestigious United World College of the Atlantic in Wales. This international boarding school, often dubbed the Hippie Hogwarts, is famous for its progressive approach to education and its ability to bring together young people from around the world. It was a decision that placed Alexia firmly on the global stage. Suddenly, she wasn't just a Dutch princess, she was part of an international student community, living side by side with peers from diverse cultural, social, and economic backgrounds. For the Dutch royal family, this move symbolized not only a commitment to academic excellence but also an embrace of global citizenship, values that both King Willem-Alexander and Queen Máxima deeply cherish. For Alexia herself, it represented independence, freedom, and the chance to step into the world outside the sheltered boundaries of royal life. And yet, with independence came scrutiny. Over the past few years, Alexia's presence in Wales sparked media fascination, not just because of her royal title but because of the way she carried herself. Unlike many royals of her age who appear cautious and heavily protected, Alexia seemed approachable, engaging, and entirely at ease in blending into ordinary student life. Stories surfaced of her being spotted at student events, participating in community projects, and engaging with peers like any other teenager. These moments gave a glimpse of a young woman determined to shape her own path, even while carrying the weight of royal heritage. Now that she has entered her 20s, the question of what lies ahead looms larger than ever. Unlike her elder sister Amalia, Alexia does not have the burden of preparing to inherit the throne. Yet, this freedom also brings its own set of challenges. What role will she carve out for herself within the Dutch royal family? Will she pursue a more formal royal life, supporting her parents and sister in official duties, or will she step further into the world of international affairs, education, or even business? These are the questions that both the Dutch public and royal watchers around the world are eager to see answered. Her role is further complicated by the modern climate surrounding royal families. Across Europe, young royals are increasingly redefining what it means to be part of a monarchy. From Denmark's Count Nikolai stepping back from royal duties to Spain's Princess Leonor taking on a military education, there is no single template anymore. For Alexia, this means that her 20s will likely be a period of experimentation, choices, and perhaps even bold departures from traditional expectations. Of course, at the heart of her story remains her bond with her family. Queen Máxima has often spoken about her daughters with a mixture of pride and humor, calling Alexia, the one with character, in a way that only a mother could. King Willem-Alexander, too, has expressed admiration for her sharpness and energy, while also acknowledging the importance of allowing his daughters to live with as much freedom as possible. Within the family dynamic, Alexia is said to be very close to her sisters, the thoughtful Amalia and the youngest, Princess Ariane, forming a trio that represents the future of the Dutch monarchy in all its diversity. Public reaction to Alexia's milestone has been one of warmth and fascination. Dutch media outlets have covered her new chapter extensively, reflecting on her school years, her spirited personality, and her potential future contributions. Social media has been flooded with well wishes, with many admirers praising her natural confidence and others speculating about what paths she might take in her 20s. International outlets, too, have shown growing interest, placing her in the same conversation as Europe's most talked about young royals. There is also a sense that Alexia's new decade will bring her closer to official royal duties. Though not in line to become queen, she may play an increasingly supportive role as her sister prepares for future queenship. Already, Alexia has appeared alongside her family at national events, ceremonies, and celebrations, showcasing poise and elegance that hint at her readiness to step into more public roles. With Queen Máxima and King Willem-Alexander eventually taking a step back in years to come, Alexia's presence could become a vital part of keeping the monarchy connected with a younger generation. But perhaps what makes her story so captivating is not just her royal status, but her relatability. Unlike many royals who appear distant or overly polished, Alexia embodies a balance of glamour and groundedness. She enjoys music, she embraces fashion, she shows humor, and she does not shy away from being her authentic self. These qualities make her stand out in a world where tradition often clashes with modernity. As she enters this new decade, the anticipation surrounding Princess Alexia is not simply about her role in the monarchy, but about her journey as a young woman in the 21st century. She represents both the continuation of a royal legacy and the possibility of new beginnings. Her life ahead promises to be filled with choices that could redefine what it means to be a princess in the modern world. And so, as the Netherlands and royal admirers worldwide celebrate Princess Alexia's milestone, the world watches with fascination. She has already proven herself to be spirited, independent, and engaging, qualities that will surely shape whatever path she chooses. Her next decade is not just a personal journey, but a story that reflects the evolution of royalty itself in a world that is rapidly changing. The question now is not whether she will leave her mark, but how far-reaching that mark will be. As Princess Alexia embraces this new chapter, one thing is certain: her journey has only just begun, and the world will be watching every step with eager anticipation. But the real question is, will Princess Alexia redefine what it means to be a modern royal and inspire a new generation, or will she choose to remain a figure of quiet support in her sister's shadow? Princess Alexia's path forward also brings into sharp focus the unique pressures faced by so-called spare heirs in royal families across Europe. While her elder sister, Princess Amalia, carries the unshakable responsibility of one day becoming Queen of the Netherlands, Alexia exists in a more fluid role, one that history has often proven can be both liberating and challenging. With fewer direct obligations to the throne, she enjoys greater freedom to explore personal passions, but that same freedom comes with the constant question of identity. What exactly should a young royal without a crown to be do with her life? In the past, history has shown contrasting examples. Some royals in Alexia's position have thrived, using their visibility to champion causes, engage in business ventures, or pursue careers far removed from palace corridors. Others, however, have struggled with direction, caught between expectations of public service and the yearning for independence. Observers of the Dutch royal family wonder which path Alexia will choose as she navigates the complexities of adulthood. Her personality so far suggests she is unlikely to fade quietly into the background. Unlike her more reserved elder sister, Alexia has often displayed confidence and wit in ways that captivate the press and public alike. For instance, during national events, her relaxed demeanor and natural charm often make headlines, with commentators noting how she brings a spark of modern energy to traditional royal proceedings. These traits hint at the possibility of Alexia becoming one of the Netherlands' most charismatic royal figures, someone who could act as a bridge between the monarchy and younger generations. Equally fascinating is her connection to global culture, thanks in large part to her education abroad. Studying in Wales exposed Alexia to peers from more than 90 countries, broadening her worldview and sharpening her sense of independence. This international upbringing means she may approach her royal role differently than her predecessors, with a stronger focus on issues like sustainability, multiculturalism, education reform, or digital innovation, causes that resonate deeply with Generation Z. By combining her royal platform with her global perspective, Alexia has the potential to shape herself as a voice not just for the Netherlands, but for young people across Europe. Her mother, Queen Máxima, may also play an instrumental role in how Alexia develops her public life. Known for her warmth, intelligence, and ability to connect with people from all walks of life, Queen Máxima has carved out an identity as one of Europe's most admired queens. She champions financial inclusion and women's empowerment on the international stage, working closely with institutions like the United Nations. Many see in Alexia the same spark of charisma, suggesting she may inherit her mother's gift for advocacy and public speaking. If she chooses to follow in those footsteps, she could evolve into a powerful advocate for modern causes. Of course, the Dutch people remain deeply protective of their young royals. While admiration is plentiful, there is also an understanding that Alexia deserves the chance to grow at her own pace. Unlike the more rigid royal cultures seen in other nations, the Netherlands tends to favor a balance between tradition and normalcy, ensuring that the royal family remains relatable. For Alexia, this balance is crucial. She may be a princess, but she is also a young woman with dreams, struggles, and ambitions like anyone else her age. Fashion and style have also become part of her growing identity. Over the years, Alexia has shown a keen eye for fashion, often opting for bold choices that reflect her individuality. While Amalia leans toward regal elegance, Alexia experiments with modern trends, blending youthful energy with sophistication. Dutch media has often highlighted her stylish appearances, with many predicting she could emerge as a royal fashion icon in her 20s. This, too, is a form of influence, the ability to inspire not only through words and actions, but through the subtle language of style. Her relationship with her sisters remains another defining part of her story. With Amalia under increasing scrutiny as heir to the throne and Ariane still finding her way as the youngest, Alexia's position in the middle gives her a unique role as both supporter and mediator. Insiders have often remarked on the strong bond among the three sisters, describing them as remarkably close-knit despite their differences in personality. As they all step into adulthood, that bond may serve as the foundation for a new era of Dutch royal unity, a trio of sisters who represent strength, individuality, and modernity. As Alexia steps into her 20s, speculation naturally turns to her personal life as well. The question of relationships, friendships, and even future marriage will inevitably become topics of public fascination. Though still very young, her every move in this regard will be closely watched, particularly in an age where royals are expected to navigate relationships under the harsh glare of social media. Yet, given her confident spirit, many believe Alexia will approach this part of her life with the same independence that has defined her so far, ensuring that any decisions she makes reflect her authentic self rather than external pressures. Looking beyond her 20s, one can imagine Alexia stepping into an influential public role, whether through charitable foundations, cultural initiatives, or even academic pursuits. Some speculate that she could play a vital role in supporting Amalia once she assumes the throne, acting as a trusted confidant and working royal who helps carry the burden of representation. Others believe she may opt for a career outside the royal institution, carving out her own legacy much like Britain's Princess Anne or Denmark's Count Nikolai, who have pursued lives that balance royal duties with personal passions. In either case, one thing is certain: Princess Alexia's journey into this new decade will not go unnoticed. Every milestone, every decision, and every appearance will add new layers to her story, shaping how history remembers her. She represents not just the future of the Dutch royal family, but also the broader evolution of monarchy in the 21st century, a time when tradition must find harmony with the values of youth, diversity, and global citizenship. As celebrations continue across the Netherlands for Alexia's milestone, the air is filled with excitement and curiosity. Admirers are eager to see what she will do next, how she will use her platform, and what kind of woman she will become. She has already demonstrated courage, individuality, and charm beyond her years, leaving little doubt that she will continue to shine in her own unique way. Her story is still being written, and the chapters ahead promise to be as captivating as the ones behind. Whether on the stage of international education, at the side of her family during state occasions, or in the quiet pursuit of personal passions, Princess Alexia stands at the threshold of possibility. And in a world hungry for figures who combine authenticity with influence, her presence could not be more timely. So as the Netherlands' spirited princess embarks on this new decade, the world looks on with admiration and anticipation. She may not wear the crown destined for her sister, but she wears something equally powerful: the freedom to define her life on her own terms. And that, perhaps, is the most exciting journey of all. But the question remains: as Princess Alexia moves forward, will she become the royal trailblazer who redefines what it means to serve in the modern age, or will she embrace a quieter destiny that keeps her brilliance within the family circle?